The UFC just announced Makachev versus Poirier for the lightweight championship, UFC 302, June 1st. Here's my thoughts on this matchup and the other matchup they announced, which is Strickland versus Costa. I'm also going to talk about some other fights they can add onto this card to make it maybe more exciting. And I'm going to talk about my predictions for these matchups. And I'm also going to talk about why I'm more excited to see Makachev fight Poirier than Gaethje or Oliveira, which might be a bit of a hot take. But let's get right into it. First of all, with my predictions for this matchup, Islam versus Poirier. I don't think much needs to be said here. I think Islam can win this however he wants. I think he's super well-rounded. Super well-rounded. I mean, I don't know, Poirier, his decisions against Benoit Saint-Denis, very, very stupid, jumping that many guillotines. And I think in a championship level fight, he won't do that, right? I feel like he might have been underestimating Benoit Saint-Denis just a little bit. Or just thinking, why don't I mess around a little bit? He got his back taken in round 1. And he was doing some goofy stuff. When he had his back taken, he was winging his arm like this and then punching behind him. I think he wasn't taking it super seriously. I think he knew, all right, I'm going to school this guy, I don't think he'll be jumping guillotines against Makachev. I hope not, at least. However, if he does, he'll get smoked. And if he doesn't, I think he still gets smoked round 2 or 3 submission for Makachev, right? I just think Makachev's too well-rounded. Against Khabib, you knew the game plan was the takedowns, and even then you couldn't defend them, right? Makhachev's pressure is not like Khabib's pressure, but Makhachev has very good striking. He can get you busy with the strikes and then get the takedown, right? I think it's going to be easier for Makhachev to take down Poirier and to control Poirier, because Poirier won't expect it, right? Makhachev has good kicks. Poirier got knocked out with a head kick 2 fights ago. I think this is a tough matchup for Poirier, and I think Makhachev wins this by submission, round 2 or 3, probably round 3, right? Actually, maybe round 2, honestly, because Poirier will be eating shots like leg kicks, he'll be eating body kicks, and then Makhachev will mix in with that takedown. And when Poirier doesn't expect it, bro, the takedown comes, bro. Makhachev can easily find a dominant position, bro, and even just maybe TKO him, right? Poirier might be really conscious about the rear naked choke and not give up his back, and then Makhachev will just start punching away, and then you get TKO'd. So I'm taking Makhachev to win this easily. I think this is a very easy fight for him. But let me talk about why I'm more excited to see this fight than a potential Gaethje fight or an Oliveira fight, right? Because those were the other contenders coming into this fight, right? Water break. People are saying that, why doesn't Islam fight Gaethje, right? I don't really want to see that fight, to be honest with you. For Oliveira, it's very, understandable, right? Islam already beat Oliveira. So had Oliveira won at UFC 300, I really would not want to see that fight. We already know Islam can beat Oliveira. Let's get him against someone new, someone who we don't know he can beat, right? Someone who maybe we know he will probably win, but it's an interesting matchup, and nevertheless, we'll see how he, deals with a striker like Poirier. So with Oliveira, it's very understandable why I would not want to see Makhachev fight Oliveira. I want to see Makhachev fight Sarukian, but that's going to happen later in the year. For now, Gaethje, I really was not interested to see that Gaethje fight, so I'm happy Gaethje got slumped by Holloway, and Gaethje's chances of a title shot are now close to 0. But to be fair, we said the same thing when Poirier got slapped by Gaethje, and now he's fighting for the belt, so we never know. But I did not want to see that fight, bro, because with Gaethje, he does a very bad job on the ground, bro. With Poirier, when he fought Khabib, for example, he got submitted in round 3. Gaethje got submitted in round 2. That's the difference, right? Poirier, when you look at the control time Khabib racked up on Poirier, he racked up about 9 minutes of control time. With Gaethje, Khabib racked up 50 or 55 seconds of control time. Not even a full minute, and he managed to find a submission, right? That's a very bad look for Gaethje. When the fight gets to the ground, you're cooked. You can't defend submissions. You kind of become like a fish out of water, right? We saw that against Oliveira too. When Gaethje got rocked by Oliveira, when he got dropped by Oliveira, he panicked. He tried to get up super fast. He did not want to be on the ground. And that's just the thing with Gaethje. That's the reason I do not want to see Gaethje fight Makhachev, and I'm happy that fight seems to be off the books now. Because Gaethje, when he gets taken down, he does not do well, bro. He does not do well. He just panics, right? He has good takedown defense because of his wrestling skills, but when you get to the ground, bro, you need jiu-jitsu, and you need more advanced grappling, right? You need to know how to defend submissions. You need to know how to, position yourself, how to switch, how to reverse, all this stuff. Poirier was doing a lot better on the ground against Khabib than Gaethje. He wasn't doing great, but he was doing a lot better on the ground, and that says something, right? So I'm really happy we didn't get that Gaethje fight. Although Gaethje hits hard, and maybe he would have gotten like a crazy knockout round 1 before Makachev could even take him down. I really see that fight going towards a quick submission from Makachev, right? Like round 1 submission from Makachev is very possible, right? Regardless, let's move on. For Strickland versus Costa, I'm going to go with Strickland. Why? Because let me do some MMA math. Duplessis dropped Whittaker with a jab, right? Jab's not a super powerful strike, but he dropped Whittaker with a jab. Duplessis did not drop Strickland once, right? Costa couldn't drop Whittaker with a spinning back kick, all right? So that shows us in the MMA world, Duplessis is more powerful than Costa, okay? Now, if Duplessis was not able to drop Strickland, I don't see Costa dropping Strickland. And Duplessis was landing head kicks on Strickland, right? Not just the jabs, right? Head kicks, right? Overhands. Didn't drop Strickland, right? Strickland's got a good chin, and Costa has these pillow hands, these unreal pillow hands, right? His strikes they look powerful, but they're not powerful. That spinning back kick looked like it should have killed Whittaker, and Whittaker ate that and kept moving forward, right? So I'm taking Strickland to win this. I think Strickland will be busier, and I don't think Costa has the cardio, especially because it's 5 rounds. I don't think Costa has the cardio to win this fight, bro. When it goes to decision, it's going to go to Strickland's way. Costa, I don't see him winning this fight. There's levels to this game. I think Strickland takes this easily. Now, what are some fights I want to see on this? I have somewhere in my notes here some good fights they could add on this, right? So they already have, I think this fight got canceled, this fight right here, but they have Roman Dolidze versus Anthony Hernandez. I think that's going to be the main card opener or something like that. They don't officially have it divided into main card versus prelims, right? But we know that these two matchups are going to be the main and co-main events respectively. I think Hernandez versus Dolidze will open up the main card. They could add like an Ortega versus Evloev matchup. I think that was a matchup I wanted to see after Ortega beat Yair. And I still want to see it. And I think they both have had time. Like Evloev fought in January and Ortega fought in February, right? This is June 1st. They have plenty of time. They should be ready to fight. If one of them doesn't want to fight, you could throw Aljo in there, right? Like I'm doing grappler versus grappler matchups, right? Because the grapplers, people don't really like them too much. So let's put them against each other. That's how I see it, right? We could do a grappler royale, and the winner comes out on top, right? And we don't have to do, at that point, we'll have to deal with 1 grappler instead of 3, okay? So Ortega versus Evloev is a good one. You could also do Ortega versus Aljo or Evloev versus Aljo. But Aljo probably won't be ready for June 1st. He just fought like last Saturday. But he didn't take much damage. It's not like it was a brutal fight. Like it was kind of just Aljo holding Cater. So Aljo could be ready. He could step into the fight, take this fight if one of them doesn't want it. I was envisioning that Ortega versus and Evloev fight June 1st, and then the winner can fight Aljo like later on in the year, right? Like this is not a title eliminator. I don't think Ortega or Evloev should fight for the title after winning this potential matchup. I don't think they've done enough. I think Evloev needs to perform better and get more submissions. If he wins 2 more fights in like dominant fashion, he can get a title shot. Or if he just wins 2 more fights, period, it'll be hard to deny him. So I think give him this matchup. And same with Ortega. If he wins 2 more fights, then he can make a case. Having a win just off of Yair after being inactive for like years is not enough to call for a title shot. So let's get them to fight each other. Winner fights Aljo. Another fight you could add is like Arnold Allen versus Yair Rodriguez. I think that's a good matchup, right? Striker versus striker. I didn't want to give Yair to a grappler. I was thinking of Yair Movsar, but I don't think that's good, bro. We just saw Yair get dominated badly by a grappler. Apparently, Yair has 0 ground game. So let's do Yair versus Allen. I think that's a fun matchup. You could also throw that on there. Yeah, so those are my predictions and mini little card builder video for UFC 302. And I'll make a video later about UFC 303, McGregor versus Chandler. Thank you guys for watching.